Hey everybody, we do have some extra time today, so we're going to jump in and play a little, some more of this mono red deck. We started with a Clackbridge Troll, but didn't get there on black. You can see how little black we ended up with. We ended up with a lot of red though, and Sundering Stroke on mono red is pretty good. 4 of the 7 dwarves are hanging. And we got 3 of these red caps. They don't have a ton of support, but like Joust worked really well in the first 2 games. Bargain, of course, works well with the red caps. Wish there was a little more besides Slipper, Bargain, and Joust to make the red caps bigger. I guess we had a Rimrock. Maybe I'm forgetting. Yeah, we got 4 things, you know. But ideally, you just really build around these. But we're gonna jump back in and finish. I'll give a quick shout out to my sponsor, Card Kingdom. They don't need a full pitch since this is kind of be part 2 of the same video, but I sure do appreciate my sponsor, Card Kingdom. They are a great force in the Magic world and a great retail force. And if you check them out via my affiliate link down below in the panels, when you need some physical Magic stuff, you will not be disappointed with the results you get from Card Kingdom. So please keep them on your shopping list, on your pricing list when you're thinking about buying something Magic-like. Just all this stuff. We're back to, we're 2-0. Eldraine best of 1 is correct, but we are now, oops, on paid. Last time I drafted in paper was like at Adam's house, pre-Eldraine. Like M20 at Adam's house, I think it was my last draft. Man, we have some really cheap stuff, so it's frustrating to see 3s and 4s. But we gotta keep as well. I'm not gonna throw this back. Come on, one time give us a nice 2-drop to play. How about a dwarf? Ain't no 2-drop right there. Good news, everybody. Maximum value on Trebuchet. Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar. Thank you for the sub there, Cincy. Appreciate that a lot. Max Trebuchet is a great name, kind of an international spy. Do we want to risk the Trebuchet here? It's a pretty sweet card. They could have easily one of the adventure pump creatures. What's our world look like when we don't have it? We lose out on a bunch of activations. Yeah, I think the Trebuchet is too important. We'll take it. It's good. It's going to be our enchantment that deals 2 every turn. Good that we found land. Let's go right for an errant. I like errant first here because we have these 2 paladins, and if you can haste a 5/2 in and give it menace, and Oppo's not ready for that, that's a pretty big life point swing. Griffin. Let's see. We could joust the errant and get a 5/5 that could eat the Griffin, but we can actually also wait, I think, on that. Well, here's a 5th land. Well, maybe not. We could also go red cap. Red cap joust is great, though. Man, if we could red cap joust, that would be awesome. If we paladin here. Well, we could red cap. We could play a red cap now, and if we do draw another land, we get Paladin Joust. We could also do Paladin and set up Paladin Joust. But I think I'm going to be a little bit greedy here. And I want to play the red cap. I wish Wizards would make it so they did not have to remember to ping. It's really frustrating. Joust is a narrow card. If you're heavy knights, it's great. If you're not, it's barely playable. Well, with paper, I can at least announce it as it hits the battlefield and I remember. Fenrir thinks this is too greedy. Oh man, I don't think so. Especially if they're gonna go for a race like this, I want a mountain so badly now. MTGO pauses for everything, which is one of its weaknesses, really. But in some cases, works out. All right, there's our land. Now you see, it's gonna be great. Well, they also did kind of threaten combat trick, so we got to keep that in mind. Let's see. Yeah, Sundering Stroke's going to be amazing. I know we're going to start here. Might as well start here because we're definitely casting a knight this turn. And can even do that here. No, there are tricks. That's the thing. I'm worried. There's no, maybe there isn't. I was thinking of the untapped dude, but that's not white. That's 3 white, right? Are we worried about anything? But outflank doesn't stop us from killing like the Griffin, or maybe if we want to, we just red cap a blocker here, and we get in a huge attack. I like that. They can have the Griffin. Yeah, flash equipment, I doubt it's that. Let's do this, and we'll take out the Legion. They can make the Noble a 3/3 if they want, but I was going to be okay with that. And let's see, you can make the... I like making the Paladin have the one with Menace, and then Raging Redcap, it's like it kind of forces a chump. We are in danger of getting reaped pretty hard. Reap would be... Reap would feel super bad. Yeah, I like that order. It's a lot of damage they're about to take if they don't have something. Okay, they have the outflank for the cap. That ping was Jay Schneider letting me know he's available, so we've got that waiting. Where's that? Now this Paladin's just bad. All right, I'm gonna like, what do we do? I mean, they have this and this, I guess. Trouble is with this is attacking. We can't even block with this anyway. We could try to save the, I guess, the dwarves. Yeah, this is just all not great. But we do have cards in the deck that make holding off on Paladin reasonable here. So I'm going to say no attacks. I'm going to make the dwarf. And now it's the threat that's killing us. God, when the Reaper is good, it's utterly devastating. We basically got our we got our last two amazing cards stripped and are now facing a creature we can't beat. I pump fake you every time, but I haven't missed one yet. Combustinator with the Dire Straits references. Or maybe that's just a phrase that they made a song around. But that's what makes me think of. Sorry, that's the beginning of the Dire Straits song, but it actually takes a while for it to get there. I'm gonna skip that. Never mind. Waiting to die here. We don't have the time to stockpile cards in our hand to keep the Reaper from attacking. We're just dead. See, almost did it again. All right, all right, all right. Slaying Fire helps us with the Griffin, but maybe we need to actually attack in here and hope that they block with the Reaper. If they put Reaper on red cap, then we can take it out. We're pretty desperation anyway. Well, Slaying Fire also does 4 to the face here, so if we can somehow... Wait. I gotta think this through a little better, because they're at a virtual 5. Yeah, Hail Mary attack. If they let any of this through, we win. So there's that. We don't even need 2, we need 1. Because we have 1 right here. Nah, we can't wait around to die. We gotta see if they're willing to put everything in the way here or not. Trying to figure out if there's any way to save the Slaying Fire for the miracle win. Yeah, maybe your line was fine. No, we have to kill the Reaper. The Reaper's just a better prized Griffin. Just trying to figure out if there's any way to avoid it. But if they had decided, well, we can take 1 hit from the dude or whatever, then that would have gotten us there. Could we still win from here? I guess we have another, I know, I guess we've used them all. I was gonna say, if we drew the other one, we had 2 of these. Second one of those, if they attack with both, could do something. Gonna take it here. We need to get in with Trebuchet as much as we can. But yeah, have to block next turn. That's not going to do it. And I'm going to give him credit for attacking and just move on here. They have a lethal menace. Yeah, I think that was a tough one to find a win with what they had on the last turns, but not sure what the best line would have been. I like our deck, especially on the play with a 2-drop. Keep in mind that was a game where we failed to find a 2-drop. Yeah, it is a real choice. Do we risk their pump and lose, or do we risk losing our a lethal threat, you know? This looks all right. Are the card pools the bots draft? Well, card pool is like the source that you're drafting from. I think you're misphrasing it, James. Are you saying that? Well, oh, I know. I hear what you're saying, and I think the answer is actually better. I think the bots are better drafters than the average human. They're just rigid. Like, I think if you took a bot and had it make all your picks at an FNM, I think you'd be in solid shape. I think the average drafter isn't that good. The average drafter is undisciplined and yeah, it also depends on the format. Like, if it's a heavy synergy format, then maybe. But I did, you know, as I worked on the bots, I would look at the cards they ended up with, and I could definitely make decks out of what they ended up with. Now, they have workable decks. They're just not as synergy perfect or curve perfect as you would think. But frankly, the fact that we tend to value lower curve cards reflects itself in the bots as well. The bots end up drafting a lot of lower curve cards because humans value them. Well, I disagree with myself a lot, especially when musing philosophically about stuff like that. So if I'm contradicted by my past self, it's not the first time. But I'm not sure I was asked that question. I know I've said that the bots don't draft decks, and they don't. They're drafting pick order power, but I'm saying bots using, and keep in mind they're using the best info, the statistical truth of like all of Magic Online and all of Arena and stuff. So I think bots making power picks based on all of humans' knowledge of the digital human knowledge of the draft format is a pretty powerful place to start against a rando from FNM or whatever. Yeah, their synergy drafting is terrible, but their sense of power level is amazing. Oppo took our Trebuchet, which stinks. We'll play a dwarf instead and hope for another land. All right, we did find that. We're going to offer them a paladin for the merfolk? I don't think so. Yeah, there can be a raging battle for lunchbox territory control via the feature I put in. Just trying to decide what to do here. Yeah, let's just swing and see what they want to do here. And then, depending on how they block, like, there's a lot of things we can do. Oh, that's okay. I mean, we wouldn't mind getting to a bigger dwarf, but even another dwarf means the merfolk still trades. So I think that's great for us, actually. I'm surprised Oppo made that block. And we will absolutely set up for the paladin, double paladin turn next turn, or joust. We have Dragonfire, joust to go along with the paladin next turn. Mill deck still in effect. That's another very tricky question, right, Robert? I mean, people say, talk about the average Magic player, and that's really tough. Like, what is the pool of players from which we are trying to decide what is average? Is it anybody who self-describes as a Magic player? Yeah, median player of what sample, though? Anybody who's ever played, anybody who plays actively right now, anybody who calls themselves a Magic player. That's what I mean. It's an interesting question. So I'm just gonna Dragonfire Joust, because we gotta get the Lost Legion. And this is a big chunk of damage here, so let's just do this. Hit for 7. And then next turn we have 2/5/2 2/5/2s. Draw land, we can go hard cast the 3/1 Slipper, put it on and attack for 9. All right. In fact, that is the play we have. So let's do that. They don't have to block here, but they kind of have to block here. Unreal. Jay, don't even bother. We're so unlucky today, we shouldn't even bother playing anymore. Are you kidding me? Well, let's just kill this thing. I want to set up a spot where we find a creature and slipper it up and win. Sure. I'm going to play out lands, though, because we do have a Sundering Stroke or whatever in the deck somewhere. Right now, top-decking Stroke would be bad. We can't cast it, but eventually, yeah. as I left the bots, and it's been a while now, as I left the bots, they would take the best card from the pack based on pick orders defined by Magic Online, Arena, or internal testing, etc. We're gonna hold off, and then when they get into a clear color pair, multiple cards from 2 different colors, they lock into a color pair and then focus on that, with the ability to splash a little bit based on power. I love that they're attacking. All I want is a creature now, and we basically win. Oh, they got a monitor. That's why they're attacking. Never mind. They have... No, they're not feeling lucky. They're feeling monitor. All right. Well, there's our win. If we can just get another land now. Wow, now they are just being a bit crazy. Now I feel like we win off a land and we win off a land or a creature and we win. Their first attack made total sense because they untapped their creature and made another one. The second attack was like... super greedy. Yeah, but if we needed to finish me quickly, I think I like, in that case, attack with the Merfolk and leave back the 1/4. 1 damage isn't worth risking the entire match. Again, we are missing a crucial 2. I guess we can play this as a 2. That's worth it. We're going to keep. These are clunky and expensive and nowhere near, and we're going first, so we got a long way to go. There's a way in which this is almost like a mulligan to 5. But if we do get some land, we're going to be happy with this upper end. But it's definitely like a mull to 6. We're so far away from Sundering Stroke. But I'm going to keep. One more land, and this is all very decent. We get a Slipper, a red cap, and we get to joust with a red cap. Rimrock, hello. With Rimrock, I'm just gonna play the Slipper, though. Let's see if we can get Raging Red Cap with a Rimrock and a Slipper and a Joust. There's some turns that could happen here. That's a intimidating start here with especially the Innkeeper. All right, we found the land. That is amazing. Ideally, you red cap and Slipper up right away, but whatever, we're going to take what we get. Hope that our red cap survives, and if it does, we have quite the turn. If we draw what we really want is a mountain. We want a red cap to live in a mountain, and then we have an astoundingly powerful turn. Did not find it. How do we want to do this? I'm going to go 7 dwarves. And hook up the Slipper. And I'm going to attack with everything. They do have block the red cap with everything, but then we get to trade for the Broom and the Innkeeper, and I'm cool with that. And if they want to trade Broom for dwarves, I'm also cool with that. So that's why I did it this way. I'm happy with any blocks they want to make here. Another dwarf is interesting because it allows this one to attack through a Witch Stalker. And Rimrock plus Joust is also interesting. Joust, unfortunately, just trades with the Witch Stalker, though. Although we could Joust the Broom, for example. And then we have Rimrock either direction. Yeah, we want to get him with Boulder Rush. But this is only +2, so if we want to trade the red cap for the Stalker, we could do that. But I think we want to just Joust the Broom. Yeah, maybe you're right. Let's just move the Slipper. If they want to put Witch Stalker and Innkeeper on, they can, but we get both of them. Okay, they are going for that kill. We'll take it. I think this puts us in a reasonable spot still. I mean, they're at 20, but they're down low on cards now. We're going to obviously dismiss the Stroke and really the Barrage. Pretty kind of makes it easy, our hand situation. Actually, that's where Hat's like, see, that didn't do much. You're still fine. Trouble is we got to get him dead before they can drop a 4/5 on us. We have 2 more of that Gobbo, yeah. Yeah, this is good. Now we have Ogre Errant and a solid looking turn next turn. Now, yeah, I think I like pumping the Errant. Play the Rock. Suit it up. And send all. They get to eat a dwarf if they want, but this is a pretty hefty attack. Yeah, they can kill both dwarves, but it costs them the Sorcerer's Broom, right? This seems fine-ish. Oh, maybe not if they've got... Okay, Insatiable Appetite is a bummer. Real bummer. I think we'd be in a fine place if this Broom were dead, but it's not. Still, Slipper's got to be making them nervous, although maybe not anymore. And they got our big finisher. And then now, of course, we're drawing the lands that we needed before. Boo. Now where's hat, right? Yeah. Now we are in bad shape. I think we only have like one trebuchet in the deck, and isn't it already gone? No, that was the other game. Wow. Witchstalker is just a good body against us, and they've produced 3 of them this game. I mean, one's a repeat, but 3 have been cast. I've seen worse draws, but it's not really going to help us too much. But we'll destroy a creature, not the worst. And then, I mean, we can get in for some, but what does it do for us? Like, we can get them to 2. I guess that actually matters. We do have the fire, yeah, but then they just eat food and get out of range. Good point. Yeah, the trouble is they untap and then Slaying Fire is immediately out of range because of the food. May as well not leave the Slipper on a thing that can't block, though. Don't think we're winning this one. Gonna go to 3 and 2 and see if we can get another win. What's up, Resonator? What am I missing? Reaper's been amazing against us all day. Not all day. That makes it sound like we're facing Reaper all the time. The times we have faced Reaper, it's been amazing today. All right. Keep this. We could open on Slipper and then go Dwarves, put on the Slipper. But I think we just want to curve out our creatures and we'll deal with the Slipper later. Kind of wish maybe it'd be too good, but the Slipper at a 1 mana would be kind of neat. You could get it down on turn 1 and then it does more of what you're trying to get out of card. And now if we play the Dwarves, we slip off curve, but we do get an attack for 3 in. And then next turn we can red cap. Well, we can't red cap and Slipper. Yeah, I guess we just play the Dwarf so we can attack. Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to bash we go. Next turn we get red cap plus barge in at the ready. More Cauldron Familiars. Yeah, now we'll offer both because I'll happily barge in here if they want a double block. Oh, no, they don't. What are they doing? Oh, they're going to do a pump spell. Okay. Oh, they're going to do that. Okay. That works. Still going to barge in. Then red cap looks nice. Hey, if you can be attacking, barge in is incredible. We can go errant and then set up a big slipper next turn, or slipper. I guess we go slipper now and then errant's haste next turn, regardless of what we draw. And then the shoe, now we offer this, and yeah, maybe they trade for the red cap, that's fine. But if they trade for anything here, I'm pretty fine. I'll move this, even though we're intending to move it off onto the errant next turn. Interesting play. I guess, yeah, people bring the cat back, and maybe it's fine. I just feel like a lot of times the 3 life is going to be more important to people, but if they get a chump, that's worth 3 life, I suppose. Yeah, chump blocker is still worth the 3. Barrow Witches for no value. I guess we go Ogre, Slipper the Ogre, and then now we can offer... We could offer a Dwarf to the Barrow Witches, but I actually don't like that. I'm just going to attack with the Errant and offer... You want Swing All? What does that do, though? We swing all, and we get... Let's see. If we swing all, they're going to eat and chump, take 3, go to 5. We end up with an Ogre and a 2/2 Dwarf. And then a 2/2 Dwarf, though, that could be a 3/3. Then... Yeah, I don't like that. I like... Because we have 2 more Dwarves. Maybe we find another Dwarf. I'm going to just attack with the Errant. And if they want to trade the Barrow Witches off here, that's... I'm down for that. I think trading Ogre for Witches is good enough because the Witch stops the Dwarves. Yeah, we could have made a 4/3 Dwarf and attack, but then it does make the other one a 2/2. I think we do want to try and keep both Dwarves around. Also, I'm going to do this because we don't know. We have Sundering Stroke, and we might... I don't think we have a... Do we have any 5-drop creatures? No, we have a 5-drop removal spell. All right, and that... How about... Oh, so close to them just being dead. If we attack in, they're gonna... I guess we just have to slay the cat and get in for 7. Denies food, exactly. And now Slipper says any creature looks pretty darn good. All right. Not enough for him. I definitely shove my lands out too quickly sometimes. I think I have more leaks than that, though. You're kind to call that one out as the only very minor. Well, Jay, if you can hang on, we can just finish this event. It's at most 3 more games. All right. J is fine for that. D can't wait for J, but D's going to have to wait for 3 more limited games and a bio break, because I will be right back. Hang in there. Coming right back. Hey, thanks for waiting. Let's get back in. Glad to get to 4-2 there. Feel like it's a pretty spicy, solid mono deck. Still, we keep missing our 2s, but I'm again going to keep, I can't see throwing this back for lack of a 2, but man, our deck would be so much smoother if we could get a 2-drop creature every game. Well, not a creature, but at least something we can do on 2. If we find some land, I think what I like doing is Trebuchet on 3, find a land. Where were your late dwarf? We can do dwarf, hook it up. I think I'm going to go Trebuchet, although this is into potentially DSP mana. And Trebuchet is pretty good. Let's go for 7 dwarfs and hook up the Slipper here. And then if they have counter magic, they just get a dwarf. What could that be? There had pauses there. It wasn't something like Opt, or they would have just done it. Could have been something like So Tiny, but maybe they have a Reeve Soul they want to use instead. Well, now we'll get the Trebuchet down. What's up, Rocket? You're doing great, Dionysus. Appreciate you as always. Super sad. Just need to find the land, then we get to red cap, haste, Slipper, excitement, but no, not for us. We are just going to Trebuchet, red cap, Trebuchet. Really, Rocket? Well, that's all. That's a nerve-wracking attack, but sometimes they just don't know the Trebuchet has reach, so I'm going to put him to the test. Like, I mean, the only thing that gets us here is the +2/+1 Death Touch, and I just generally don't play around that. I'm going to make him have that. They have that. I mean, come on. That card stinks. Work with me, deck, please. All right, well, we're going to go with the Slipper plan here. Guess we get 2 damage. Yeah, this increases it. Sure feels like they have a something like a so tiny. I'm going to go with the Dwarf here, obviously, to give it haste. Yeah, it's not the worst, but we... This is a 17 land mono deck. You'd think we wouldn't get screwed, but I'm also just being a gripey Magic player. We are in the world where this is what's happening to us right now. It's all in the draws. That's whatever. Got a couple of non-lands out of the way. Donbag Kuridan asks if I'm kind of like done with this format. I mean, Magic is that good, you know? Magic is that good. I just continue to enjoy it, even when it's not the best of formats. Even when I cannot frickin' find a 4th land halfway through my deck. Yeah, I'll play the red cap while they're tapped. Well, Mill is heavily gone. We're seeing some of it. Give me a land. I want that. I want land. We were doing fine. I just, like, want to land. No land. This time I'm going to Dragonfire the Guardian. Although we can... Slippering up the red cap is fine. And we can Joust. Right? Yeah, let's slipper up the red cap and Joust. No, sorry, never mind. I had the power toughness is wrong. Never mind. Still dies, so we don't want to do that. We're just gonna, we're Dragonfire it. And if they have Tiny, they'll use it now, I guess. Pretty good tell that they do not. There wasn't even a pause, so no Tiny. Red cap dies because they just fight. The double strike stuff doesn't work in a fight context. Well, Slaying Fire gives us a win if we can get a window for it. A window. See what I did there on accident? But let's see if they want to chump here. If they don't, if they just take 2... Okay, they're still... I think we're in a good spot. It's been kind of a frustrating game with the land situation, but our deck plays okay at low levels if we find our cheap stuff. All right. That is also interesting, but... They're kind of dead if we find almost anything except that. Like, that's the thing that doesn't do anything. You gotta be kidding me. Well, now I just want to get an errant down. Well, they don't have an obvious... They could have Drown in the Loch, but it doesn't seem like they have counter magic. Reaper. Is that enough? I guess we just joust and win. That works. Wow, for a game where I was kind of in control the whole time, I was sure salty, because there was just a lot of frustrating stuff going on in that game, but our pressure was enough. Eye Collector is not a great card. All right, we finally have a 2. This looks good. And we go first. Now I'm happy. This is like a perfect opener for this deck. Clear curve out to 4 and even to 5 if the land flows. Red cap into Rimrock. I like it. And you're putting up kitties. This stupid cat is oppressing me everywhere I go. Well, I'm going to drop the red cap. It probably means they spend their turn just killing it, and we don't get the sweet Rimrock play. But sometimes people will hold on to their cauldrons for a little bit and not snap off the red cap, in which case we have a decent turn ahead. Yeah, like that. So it's all right. I think we'll at least get one good Rimrocked red cap here. Although we could also make we could also just play the errant. The Ogre Errant. Oh, I can hate Cat Oven because it's so arduous to play against. All the clicking and you can't really interact with it. Oh, it just sucks. Take the chance in terms of Rimrocking or yeah, the red cap. I suppose we can, because then it's not a terrible use of our mana. We still get to cast the 3/1 after. Yeah, of course you play it in Standard Nantuko. Everybody plays it in Standard Nantuko. Everybody! Everybody but me. I'm the only one. No, Robert, I'm the only one. So do we give up? Do we trade Cauldron for one activation of or trade Dwarves, or do we want to use Rimrock to get both of these? I think I'm going to go for damage. So let's put the cat first and make him use it, and then Rimrock the red cap for damage. Well, we could just take them both out. You know, I think that's correct. I really wanted to go for the sweet 6 damage or whatever, but taking out their witch seems correct. We get to follow with Rimrock. We still have Ogre and Barrage already. I mean, we might get Reaped again. A Reaping would be rough. Is there a competitive Torbrand deck? Yeah, it's just the Cavalcade deck topping out at Torbrand. Yeah, it was a good block. Intruder, pretty weak. But... Oh, and doesn't even trade with the red cap, so we get to go ahead and swing in with both. They can trade Intruder for Rimrock, that's fine. They can trade Cat and Food for Rimrock, and that is also fine. The question is, do we want to let them trade Cat for a red cap? And I guess we don't. I think I'm just going to send in the... Well, we have the Barrage. That's an instant. So we could actually blow them out if we wanted to use a Barrage for that purpose. Yeah, okay, we'll send it in because we have the Barrage backup. But I think they're going to bring back the Cat and put Intruder and Cat on red cap. Oh, no, they're not. They're just going to make that trade. All right. Good point. Yeah, I just killed the Cat to first strike. Yeah, so they didn't have a good block. I just didn't have the blocking right in my head. Magic is hard. Maybe the red cap finally dies here to that Scaldron. We'll see. If they go for a creature that's worth barraging, that's good for us because we get extra couple in with red cap and 3 in from the barrage and 3 in from the errant. Boy, that's a hefty price to use Searing Barrage on a Foulmire Knight. But with the Trebuchet draw, we are going to be facing a Beanstalk Giant. We can't barrage it. I'm going to go for it here. Bears come home eventually. I'm not sure if you're talking about her, but... Or maybe just making a joke. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I want this errant to live. Ah, okay, gotcha. I'm going to play out the land because if they happen to have a Reaper, I want them to be like, oh, well, we don't get the last card. I'm going to do something else anyway because I really don't want to lose the Trebuchet. And for similar reasons, we have a 7-mana Sundering Stroke in the deck, and I don't want them to Reaper our final land and then we draw the Sundering Stroke. That would be a disaster. So we're going to do this and at least hope that our board causes them to not attack with the Beanstalk Giant. Hopefully we're scary enough that they're not going to come at us with that. Errant itself does not have Menace, it grants it. What's the flavor justification for for this creature? That it's you're so confident, like this is a dude that inspires other combatants to be fierce. There's your flavor. All right, well, Oppo's doing this. We're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to take it and hope we find something, but the trouble here also is they have the mana to Cauldron away the red cap.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you, Ravy Davy. And I'm okay with that. How do we not lose? Chump from my wife I had to check in with. A text from my wife I had to check in with. And I saw Chumpsville from Combustinator and it affected my speech. And we do need a chump. Yeah, I guess we just are in fine stroke mode. Chump, fine stroke. No, I really think we need to chump with the ogre, or chump with one of these two. Yeah, we can dig on their turn. And well, let's go. Let's chump with the red cap. Although we do have Barge in that might help give the red cap some damage that we need. But yeah, it does do the least on its own. All right, I'm going to chump. Sorry, we do that. And chump the big one, of course. Let's not do that. Yeah, we need Karaf. We need this knight for extra draw here. Now we just need no creature and Sundering off the top. Or well-timed audio clip from the Lovestruck Beast. Geborg time, but we got 5 wins. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, always feels fine. 650, like you only paid 100 gems to play, and that's even before any grinding that comes your way. So I'm going to call that a successful run. And now we are going to take another little break. I'm going to get some food in me so that I don't completely fall apart when Jay is on. Then we're going to have Jay Schneider on for some constructed time. All right. I'm going to go to this view, and thank you for YouTubers for hanging out and watching this draft. Glad we got to finish part 2, and we'll catch you for some more drafting later. Bye.